Imagine trying to explain having cheated on your wife and starting a new family, Fight Club style.
And I thought I was demented because I have another family.
He's got 2, I got 0? Like, what the fuck?
That's one of the world's greatest failures.
Fuck that, put me on Reddit. Damn, I wish I was cute.
What?
Read an email that he had a potential 3rd child out there.
He didn't understand pull-out technology yet.
What the hell is going on out there?
He probably hit women, not even for fun.
I don't want to hit them.
Ah.
We are really hitting the theme in this episode. Wow. Are we glad you're here? Hi. Welcome to Man vs. Morning. I'm Jake Watson, and today I am joined by my hat-wearing and my golfer co-hosts, Nolan the Sandalorian, Tackett the Tactician.
Hi.
What's up, everybody? We're glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna talk about life's greatest failures today.
You do.
I hope that you're here for it. Hey, you got the white Nikes on. Look at you.
Isn't chilling in the closet.
Oh, that's what they're supposed to look like, huh?
Dude, look at you. White Nikes, sunburnt.
I could tell you were at the
living
golf
life.
course.
Yeah.
Dude, you are red.
Dude, PFC Bastards kind of showing on that shirt right there.
Yeah, but it's like a good,
You're living.
it's like a healthy dad.
You're living your best life right now.
Like,
buddy.
as long as the shirt doesn't get too tight, like, I look like I'm fit, but actually.
That's why you wear extra larges, but taper in the arms.
I actually get my arms tailored. Yeah, no,
No, you don't.
I get some money
No,
together.
you don't.
No, of course not.
Okay.
But if I get some money together,
You're gonna get them tailored
I'm gonna get them
shirts.
tailored.
You did get burnt a little bit. Tan.
No, this is what color I am.
No.
Yeah.
No.
My whole life, people were like, "Hey, you got pretty red." And like, this is what color I am.
Tackett, I've known you for a while now.
This is what color I am.
I'm just gonna drag the
my
slider
forehead?
and just make you so beet red.
My forehead is miserable. I was at Pop Stroke last night, and Bree kept turning my hat around backwards, and like every time she did it, she would like smash that plastic. You know what I mean? I don't know, what is that
snap?
called? Oh, is it
Snap?
snap?
Sorry,
Snapback?
have you just been golfing for like
38 days
days
straight.
on end?
Yeah. Have you been to Pop Stroke?
No, we were gonna go one time, but
Yeah.
we decided against it for some reason or another.
I went last night for the first time. It's actually a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's putt-putt, but like the blue course or whatever it's pretty difficult.
I love it. Tackett, you've been consistent about golf, and that makes me happy.
Golf makes me happy.
Well, that makes me happy that you're happy.
Is consistency one of the keys to curing failure?
Yes.
Well, I mean, absolutely, yeah.
You think so?
Well, yeah. Because failure arises when you stop trying. And as long as you're consistent in at least trying in the attempt of something.
But how do you know when to cut your losses versus where does pride take over and it becomes worse versus just seeing something through?
I want to know what you describe as failure, because I kind of think that failure is the path to success. Like, if you're not failing, then you're never going to make it, right? So you have to fail. But like, what's failure of like
I don't know.
Scarface?
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I don't think you have to fail. I think failure is kind of part of the process. But like, I mean, for example, the casino. You can win 1,000% of your money, but you can only lose 100% of your money. So like...
Did you just make an argument for casinos? That was like the best argument for gambling I've ever heard in my life.
Hey guys, welcome to Nolan's Gambling Hall, where you could win 1,000% of your money, but you're only gonna lose 100% at max worst.
At max worst.
At max worst. But I mean, I feel like it's like that, right? Like for an example, you lose $300 at the casino. You could win it back, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a failure. I'm going to win it back.
I've done that and
Right.
it didn't work.
Right.
Didn't work.
I think it's...
Ended up with a new family. we met Jake's other family at dinner the other night. It was hilarious.
Gosh.
Oh yeah, yeah. You wanna tell that story?
So we're having dinner. We're having dinner with our lovely
For like a
friend.
legit second was like, there's some shit about Jake I don't know about.
Dude, we went to this local restaurant near Jake's lovely home after filming with Bryce from Ballistic High Speed. And,
Shout out, Bryce.
Shout out, Bryce. What up? And we're sitting at the table, and all of a sudden, this lady walks in carrying a child, probably around like 2-3 years old, something like that. And she looks over to Jake,
Yeah.
and I don't know if she said anything else other than, "Are you gonna come join us for dinner after?"
Looked right at him.
Just right at him.
Walked to the restaurant, looked right at him, was just hip carrying a small child and was like, "Are you gonna sit with us?" And we were all like, "Oh."
And Watson here just looks over and goes, "Maybe after our dinner here."
Oh.
And then she goes, "Okay," and then like walks away, and I was just like, "That's bold in the restaurant
wasn't
in
even
your
brown.
hometown."
Everybody at the table got super quiet for a second,
Yes.
and it didn't hit me until after what everybody was thinking. And then also, all the servers who work there know my family because we go in there all the time.
Yeah.
And the head bartender, so there's a bar in the front, and then you have to walk past the bar to get into the dining area. The head bartender, when Wendy came in, like attempted to stall her to
Wait,
investigate as to what was going on. She stops Wendy and goes and said something to the effect of, "Hey, who are you here to see?" Yeah, and like inquired just to because she didn't know what was happening.
Dang, the head
bartender's
bartender's
got your
down, dude.
back.
Yeah,
Dude, Shannon.
Good to know,
Shannon.
bro.
And she's a huge Brandon Herrera fan.
Yeah,
so,
she's down to
yeah.
ride, bro.
Yeah, Shannon.
Yeah.
Shannon will get into a fist fight if need be.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
Jake can cheat on his wife at the local family restaurant.
I don't know if she was looking out for me or Wendy,
Or the
but
kids.
anyways,
she was looking out for the kids.
long story short.
Yeah, because Wendy would have stabbed him to death and then gone to prison.
Yes, right, exactly. She was just looking out for the kids.
Yeah, she
Not here. Not in this restaurant.
So that was Wendy's friend, who lives down the road. Sorry, excuse me.
It's getting worse.
That's what I say too.
And they meet us there. Her and her husband meet us there a lot for dinner. And sometimes Wendy and her just meet there as well. And it was purely coincidental that her and Wendy had decided to go there for dinner.
It was hilarious, and I was shook. I was shook to my core because I respect you as a man, as a father, and as a human.
Another family.
And I thought you, for a brief moment in time, I just went,
It was
"Holy
all
shit,
shattered.
he has another family, and everything about this man is a lie."
It's a fraud.
It would have been helpful if she was like not attractive at all, you know. But like
Yeah.
it was like, oh, he's doing real good out here. Like, what's going on, dude? Like, he's got 2, I got 0. Like what the fuck?
All of a sudden, the comment about supporting families on a single income makes a whole more sense than the previous episode.
I'm raising 1 family.
One.
Have you and her husband been seen in the same place at the same time?
Yeah.
It's like Batman
Yeah.
and Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. He's worked with Black Ruffle Coffee forever.
Man, it just sounds like you're describing yourself more and more. More and more.
Yeah, he's a really good friend
Met him
of
a few
mine.
years ago when I
Yeah,
started
he was
working
in
with
LA.
BRCC.
Yeah. He flies, kind of the opposite of when I fly.
Yeah, all the time.
Sometimes when I'm sleeping, I feel like I'm him. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know who I see in the mirror anymore.
Well, I can't drink a Red Bull. I'll end up over at Jennifer's house tonight.
Sorry, no Red Bulls for me.
I know where that road leads, and I just can't go there again.
It's very convenient because they live just down the road.
Imagine trying to explain having cheated on your wife and starting a new family, Fight Club style. Like, listen, it's a narcolepsy thing. It wasn't me. I didn't know that I was Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
Somebody's had to have used that excuse.
Someone
by now.
tried. Someone tried. If not, there's a Jerry Springer episode about it. Do you have narcolepsy and a second family?
Oh, that's a perfect Jerry Springer
it
episode
is.
right there.
Dude, narcolepsy and a second family.
Yeah, so thankfully that's not one of my life's greatest failures.
I don't think that's a failure. That's a win. You're balancing 2 families that live 5 miles apart from each other to go to the
Yeah.
same restaurant. That's a win.
It's both a win and a failure at the same
Yeah.
exact time. It's a failure on your moral compass, but it's also a win. And I'm very impressed at your,
Yeah,
your
I'm really
convictions.
pulling it off. It's like when my granddad died, and there was like people that were showing up at the viewing.
Right? You're like, who is?
Yeah, and like I don't know for sure. Like I don't know for sure.
Have you told your grandpa
Did this
story?
happen?
Oh yeah. He had a 2-day viewing, and people drove from all over the East Coast. He knew a million people. He had touched a million people in his life, just the jobs that he had and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was
How
like
did he not go to jail?
at least twice there was like 2 old ladies that showed up with like appropriate aged, maybe their kids that like my family confronted and like didn't let in the thing. And like I was 17 or 18, so like no one was giving me the dirty details. But
Did your mom or one of your aunts know who they were?
I think my uncles did. It was a dramatic 2 days.
Okay.
I'll just say that much. It was a dramatic 2 days. Because like my Uncle Bill also had like a stripper wife named Betty that they had just never divorced.
Oh.
And
On
she
paper?
also showed up. And so there was like a whole family kerfuffle with that. And like,
Becky's here?
yeah.
Becky the stripper
Did
from
you wanna-
Annapolis?
Yeah. So,
hell.
So my Uncle Bill is dead now. And I you know, that
God rest his soul.
Yeah, I don't think any of my uncles watch this. I don't want to like talk
Rip
too
Bill.
poorly on my family, but Bill was a Vietnam vet and didn't make the best decisions in his life. And Bill, later in life, ended up with a woman named Roberta.
Oh. She sounds big.
She wasn't big per se. She was
Big personality is what I meant.
manly.
Stout.
Personality.
Yeah, she probably bench pressed more than all of us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
She could really milk a cow.
If you go back, kind of like the Big Mike pictures, where like you go back in the day.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
you see her back.
Big
Yeah.
Mike looks a lot more like Mike than Michelle.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing with Robert.
Dude, I want to see Michelle Obama on one of those row machines.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say cock.
See what's going on back there. You're like, we've examined the evidence. You're sneaking into the gym.
Show me a picture of her pregnant.
Yeah,
Anyways.
but Roberta had a little like 5 o'clock shadow kind of thing going on, and Roberta was just that was kind of like the family joke. Was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Roberta. Yeah, so I don't know.
It's so sad, but it's also hilarious.
Yeah, I will give the Tackett side of the house that there was a lot of strange family.
Was it
They're like them big old San Antonio women.
Yeah.
Tackett, was it you who had the family member who read the email about a family?
Oh, that was my other granddad.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
it
my
was
other
you.
granddad.
I'm
My
glad I'm
other
not
my
hallucinating
other granddad
that.
was like kind of an angry guy when I was growing up, but I think that's just like a thing that men are, and like maybe I was a fragile like kid, and like I just remember him a little different. But he was a very like straight edge, like good man, right? And he had 2 daughters, and he had been with one woman who was a very fiery redhead kind of country lady. Not in a million years, dude. Not in a million years. I remember when I got out of basic training and I was getting ready to go to Germany, he had a beer with me at a bowling alley. Like we went over to the bar away from everyone, and like
Yeah.
he had a beer with me, and he
Yeah.
like told me that I was gonna have a lot of fun in Germany, and that he had a lot of fun when he was in England, and it was this moment where we saw each other as men.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I could tell by the way that he was kind of saying like, "You're gonna have fun over there," that he had thrown some dick back in the day. So my grandma dies.
Okay.
And he gets an email. His name was Galen, right? That's why my first name is Galen.
Yeah.
So he gets an email from someone named Galen,
Okay.
that is a cop in Ireland, and he says, "Hey, I tracked you down to Ancestry or something. Like you're my dad." And it turns out to be totally true, and there's no denying it. This guy's like 55, 56, something like that. And I mean, they're dead ringers for each other, so no doubt, right?
Oh.
But my mom and my aunt are like excited about it. You know what I mean? Like you were a young guy when you were in England,
Yeah.
and like you just never knew. Like it was a different world. There wasn't Facebook and
It's
cell
like
phones.
elf,
And
but the elf is Irish.
yes, and he's like a hard-nosed cop. Yeah, he's a hard-ass dude. So my aunt, like everybody in the family gets excited. Like, oh, we have a new family member, and they live in Ireland, and like we had to. Well, it happens again. He gets another email where he had another. I think it was a girl. He had another child.
After his wife died?
Yeah, so my grandma dies, and then he's just kind of like pitter farting around in old age, you know, kind of unsure what to do himself, and he just keeps getting Facebook messages about these like. It happened 3 times, but one of them wasn't his kid. One of them for sure is. And then the day that he died, when everyone went to the house afterwards, the last thing on his computer, like he got up that morning, made coffee, read an email that he had a potential 3rd child out there, and went down and turned on his like lights and saws and shit in the wood shop, and massive heart attack. like 100%. That's what got him. He was like. He had thrown dick when he was 19 years old and survived to like 70 with no repercussions of that time period, and then all of a sudden in like 90 days, like
Think how many
Wow.
old people Ancestry has killed.
dude, no, how many? I know that the Tackett side,
Ancestry.com, the bringer of death.
yeah, dude, it's the bringer of the feds, man.
Oh, man.
Don't put your shit in that. Do you know how many serial killers and old unclosed cases and stuff they're catching because like somebody's grandkids are doing the DNA thing, and they'll pop as like the feds.
Don't narc out your grandpa by
Yeah,
sending in
seriously.
and finding out what percentage Welsh you are.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
That's happening out there?
Oh yeah, like
I've
a
heard about
bunch.
that, yeah.
But like the most prolific one, do you remember the BTK serial killer? He's like notorious.
Find,
Find,
torture,
Torture, Kill. Oh, he's a
Never heard of
notorious. So like, but there was 3 of them. It was like
Did
through.
he gave people options or?
No,
Mary Kay.
no. He would like
He just sits you down. Okay.
he would break in your house and then
Pick a
like
card.
leave a way to get
Find
back in.
Tackett, torture Nolan, kill myself.
Oh, that was the fuck, marry, kill we were in the gym the other day. I was like, I'd fuck Jake, marry Nolan, kill myself.
Still a good choice.
Yeah, but it's, the BTK killer was like infamous. But there was two other serial killers that had their own names, but they were all kind of in a similar part
In
of the world.
England?
No, in the
US.
States. It was like through LA into like New Mexico, I think.
Okay.
But it spanned like 15, 20 years. And there's been a million documentaries made about these 3 different serial killers and blah, 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 blah. His granddaughter does like one of those DNA registry things, pops as the granddaughter of, because he would leave like his semen and shit on scene. Because like,
There was a lot of,
yeah, it was a different time. Yeah.
things that occurred.
Yeah, so that's how they originally they staked his house
This
out.
was one guy, or there was 3?
No, it was one
It was
guy,
one guy.
and he was responsible for all
Different
3.
murderers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had finally put together that it was the
He
same guy.
played as different murderers.
No, just 3 different
Yeah.
murderers that have gotten.
He was the
convicted
same
because
serial
of-
killer, but his MO changed when he moved states, and so they made it like the history behind him was 3 different people. But then once DNA testing got more prolific, they were able to show that like the semen that was left at all the scenes was
the
all
same.
the same guy. And then another 20 years goes by, and his granddaughter wants to find out like
Sounds like they
How
need to
well
put
she
an
is.
R in that
Yeah.
BTK.
It's wild, dude. With the footage of them like surveilling him, he's spry and full of energy and riding a motorcycle and stuff. And then when he has to go to court, he's playing up. He's got like a walker and he's like decrepit, and
Wow, a psychopath?
Yeah.
Being
Sounds like a real psychopath.
they confronted him with it in court because that was part
Yeah.
of his like defense to not go to prison. Was like, well, I'm old and sick and like you know.
All right,
just-
cool. We'll put you down like
Yeah.
a dog out back.
Yeah, and they like played the video of him getting on his motorcycle and riding it down the street, like. Wah!
Just quick side tangent. I don't understand how we live in a society where that is a defense to not go to prison. Oh, I'm old and feeble. I know I murdered tons of people and did unspeakable acts to them, but I'm old and frail now.
Did you see the pastor that just got convicted?
Nope,
He inappropriate actions. I don't know how you say that correctly on
That's fine.
YouTube with a 13-year-old.
that tracks.
They convicted him and sentenced him to 10 years, and he'll
That's
only
it?
do 10 years suspended. He'll do 6 months behind bars, and then he'll be on parole and like supervision. And then if something happens, then he'll go do
What
his prison
state?
time. Texas.
What?
Don't quote me.
I think that's one of the world's greatest failures. We can.
I
That
really want to say
absolutely
it was
is.
Texas.
Yeah, that's. I don't understand what's happened with the justice system, where this has become what feels like the norm.
Yeah, well, it's almost like they're prioritizing the plight of the criminal
Right.
higher than the plight of the defendant
Yeah,
or the
look,
victim. Sorry.
Texas megachurch got sentenced to 10 years. Will only do 6.
Mega
months.
church pastor?
Yeah, I'm
That's-
shocked.
Wow.
Shocked that they're
Wow.
bad people. Dude, I had a great grandmother that
Almost like
gave
it goes
every dollar
directly
she
against
had.
the sermons.
Yeah. I had a grandmother that gave every dollar she had to Benny Hinn. Do you remember Benny Hinn?
Yeah. My grandma used to listen to a bunch of like mega church preachers.
They
on
literally
TV.
took her, what is that called? Power of attorney?
Yep.
My grandparents took her power of attorney when I was like a kid because she was literally, every dollar she had, she was given to, I think primarily Benny Hinn, but what was the Joy? You had like Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn, Joy something.
You know, I don't
remember
know
her
my
name.
history of megachurches.
Really? I grew up on that.
Yeah.
I was always on the. There's a whole dish network called the Angel Network, and every channel is like Christian entertainment. I think Hallmark is the most secular channel on the thing. It used to drive my granddad nuts.
That Hallmark was on there?
Yeah, when I was like 16 or 17, that was a Christmas present I got him. I got him a TV that had an antenna so he could watch football. And I was like, "Don't tell Grandma about this." And he was like, "I'm not."
couldn't watch
This is
football?
our secret.
Oh no, she was very like,
He wasn't allowed to watch football.
"That's devil shit."
You can't watch football. You
Yeah.
can have a couple of
He had to like
things.
hide that he was watching regular people TV, which was like MASH. You know what I mean? Like, it's not
Hogan's
like,
Heroes.
It's not like he was going to Hooters or you know what I mean. Like, he was just like watching MASH in
Hey,
the
listen,
basement. Like,
Captain Hawkeye was slinging it, okay?
yeah. The Tackett side, way different. Like, way different.
That's absolutely wild.
I could talk about my family for a hot minute. So, we
So
can change the
yeah,
subject.
I want to get into this. So your grandpa, who had the multiple children that he didn't know about until almost the day he died, Was he a Tackett or was he from your mom's side?
He was my mom's side.
Okay.
He was a Howe.
Okay.
And I mean, like, a good, like, I understand that he drank when he was younger, and then after my grandma died, we were at that bowling alley at one time, and he had like 4 beers, and I got him to take a shot at Jim Beam with me, and he was 60-something, hadn't drank forever. He was cooked.
And then he drove home.
Yeah, but like, never drank, never smoked a cigarette. Like, I never heard him cuss. Like, when he did get grumpy, he would just kind of like, get grumpy and then go away. Like, he was a great guy, but when he was a young man, condom technology wasn't what it is now. Like, so
apparently neither was pull-out technology. They advanced to that later once we got to the 90s.
Once they figured out how conception actually works, then they were able to advise people correctly.
They were like, oh, you got to take it out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But the ending's my favorite part.
This whole internet thing's changing the world.
But the goo is the fun part.
I had no idea I was making that all along.
So that's what that goo does.
Some girls like it? Dude, imagine if you could go back in time and take like the average like broken internet, like destroyed like 20-year-old and like introduce. If you could take like a 20-year-old OnlyFans girl and introduce her to my granddad on my dad's side, she would cook his brain. He wouldn't think she was a real person.
I was just about to say, imagine talking about
She's on drugs.
Yeah, he was
That's
a
Satan.
stone cold, like the Tackett side is stone cold sexist. Like I was 16 when they moved from Tennessee to Virginia, and it's like a 10-hour drive.
Are we talking women's suffrage sexist?
I'm talking 16, just got my driver's license, 10-hour drive. There's like a 15 vehicle convoy with the moving truck. Like the whole family is there. And I drove my aunt and older cousin, who my aunt was 50, my older cousin was 30, because I was the responsible one in that vehicle.
Right.
And I remember getting in and then being like, they were bitching about like, this is ridiculous that you have to drive us. Like, yeah, it is. I don't want to drive 11 hours or whatever. Like, I don't want to do this either. But I'm a man, so shut the fuck up.
Imagine, if you will, boys, for a second.
I get it naturally. I don't know.
Maybe
I was born this way.
Maybe they taught me.
Listen, Lady Gaga said you were just born this way.
Yeah. I don't even know if any of that's true. I think it's more that like my granddad, out of his 8 kids, had like 60 grandkids, and they were all girls. There's 2 of us that were boys.
He was just fed up with them.
Yeah, he was like, I ain't goddamn women.
What happened with the...
Wait, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
I want to say this.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Tackett, can you imagine for a second, if you will, talking to either one of your grandfathers about your current sexual escapades or like what you like to do in the bedroom?
They'd be down. They'd be down. My
Like, I'm thinking about it being like, trying to have that conversation, like just if we were bros, not necessarily as if he was my grandpa, but just like explaining current day sex.
I think my dad's dad got down. I think he probably hit women for like, not even for fun. You know what I mean? like my mom's dad.
Seen those old Sean Connery interviews? I don't want to hit them.
Yeah, but sometimes. Sometimes a good smack will reset them. And like Barbara Walters or whatever is like, did you just say that you should hit a woman who's having like an anxiety attack? And he goes, well, when it's necessary, yes.
It's a great Connery impression, dude.
Yeah. Careful what you shoot at, Brian. Not everything on this boat is bulletproof. I've seen Hunt for Red October like 7 billion times. All right.
So what happened with the Irish Sons?
The Irish Sons?
Yeah, did you guys ever meet up with him?
I haven't met him. I like messaged him some on Facebook. He's an interesting dude. My mom and my aunt got very excited about it, but they're crazy people, so I don't know.
So no one ever met this
I don't
chap?
think so. No, my mom's not going to go to Ireland.
Lad?
Lad.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom's not going to go to Ireland. That ain't a thing.
Okay.
I thought it was weird they were all excited about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One.
Like,
maybe one.
Yeah.
Do you think they got
2.
upset at the others?
So
What was he doing over there?
The first one, they're like, oh, he was just a young boy and he didn't understand pull-out technology yet. And then on number 2, they're like, well, okay, maybe this isn't so cute.
A handbook on pull-out technology?
You guys didn't learn about that in school?
The thing with it is like the first one that
cutting
happened,
edge.
they found out that she lived out in like Montana and their family owned this big like this mass amount of property and they ran it like a you could come out and like ride horseback and like live like a cowboy for
like a
2
dude-
weeks
a
or
dude
whatever.
ranch,
Yeah, like
yeah.
a dude ranch. And they had all these yurts and stuff.
Okay.
And my mom got very excited. She's always wanted to live in a yurt because she's crazy.
Live like a Mongolian for
Yeah.
a day for
But then-
$12,000.
I guess they did DNA or something and found out that she wasn't actually his. So it happened 3 times.
So why did this last?
I don't know. The third one, I was just told.
That seems like the highest and best prospect right there. What's going on?
I don't know anything about
Should've
it.
just went with it.
I think my mom and my aunt went, no, and just like closed the computer and unplugged it, and we're like, we'll never talk about this again. Nope. Because I heard about it when my mom was very upset about it, and then I heard nothing about it ever again. So I'm just gonna assume they were like,
A lot of skeletons in families' closets that end up like that, where two people just look at each other and go,
Yeah.
yep. He was cleaning his gun,
that's right.
and the mailman got in the way. Yeah.
Jimmy looks like the mailman for no particular reason.
Yeah. I think that was the cover back in the day. Like if you talk to like your grandparents' generation, there's always somebody in the family that shot themselves cleaning a gun. It's just because like they were like, no, he was cleaning his gun.
That's why one of my great grandfathers came over here from.
To shoot himself?
No, from
I'm gonna die in America.
from the Slavic lands. He killed a guy, and then he refused to be in photos. So the
So
family
he could be hunted down?
yes.
That's hard as nails.
So the family photo that I have of him
It's just him, but
is
scratched out.
No, it's his wife and his children, and my grandmother's in there, and she's a little girl with her brothers and her mom, and then they painted in a picture of him from when he was like in uniform from whatever country, when
Really?
he was 18. So there's a painted in picture of him in the photo because he refused to be in photographs.
OG Photoshop.
That's
We're gonna
hilarious.
dox you either way. Imagine getting
They didn't even
away.
have Instagram back then, and he's like, no.
Imagine getting away with something until you're like 80 and then it popping back up.
Yeah.
Damn it. I had forgotten about that. Finally.
I'm old and decrepit.
Right, so back to that. Right. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know why we're doing that stuff.
There's a strange wave of like, I don't know if it's empathy or sympathy. It's probably, I think it's empathy because empathy is putting yourself in the shoes and experiencing the same thing.
you did horrible things with a child, but that was 20 years ago. So,
Or
why don't we
changed.
just give you 6 months instead of 10 years?
Or even the people that are going, you must have really been hurting.
Right.
Oh,
Dude, that one is wild.
The Van Jones defense of that black dude on the train that killed that
Yeah.
little blonde girl from Ukraine.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
was like, we don't know what pain he was feeling. I don't give a fuck what
His
pain he was
first
feeling.
argument is that.
That's crazy town.
He must have been really hurting.
If I'm not mistaken, how many arrests did he
Yeah,
have?
you know who was hurting?
Was it 13
the woman that he
felonies?
It's like 13 or
killed
14.
when he killed her.
Yeah.
Like an animal.
Seriously, just slashed her throat.
Right.
Just
That person was hurting.
Dude, yeah.
the unedited video where she slumps over and
Yeah.
she falls behind the thing and you
That's
can't
rough.
see her and
But
you
you
watch
just
the
see the
blood
pool.
run out.
Yeah.
Dude, she bled out so fast. So fast. She literally had no idea what happened to her. Like she was shocked and had that adrenaline dump of what happened,
Yeah.
and probably by the time she realized she was bleeding, she was already losing consciousness.
Yeah, she
you
was
can
already
watch her
going lightheaded.
hands slip off the seat. She loses she decomps in like 15
Well,
seconds.
he hit her jugular. I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that amount of
Yeah,
like,
which is
sewage.
crazy because that infamous picture where she's like looking up at him, it hasn't even, like when you cut yourself real good and it's
Yeah.
like white meat and it doesn't bleed for a second? She's like there. Like it's
Yeah.
not even like bleeding yet.
Yeah, it's pooling up in there. I'm pretty positive,
Horrible,
and then it
dude.
just goes out.
Imagine being her, like, I can only assume that she had parents that were like, Ukraine is getting sketchy, go to America.
Right.
And then that's how she dies.
Yeah.
How do you like forgive yourself?
Yeah, that's a test. That's a test. It's not a testament. It's like a mark of the water to go, okay, what the hell is happening out there? How is this taking place?
Yeah. And him
This
just
is-
walking around on the train, like telling everyone on the train that he got her,
Bus,
or
but
the
yeah,
bus.
yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, I got that white bitch.
Yeah,
And people are like, okay. The one guy like just avoids stepping in the blood trail that he's leaving. I'm pretty sure he cuts his hand really hard because
I'm
he
not-
leaves like
because
a
he's
blood trail
bleeding,
everywhere, and I
yeah.
don't think it's hers,
I don't
which is
know.
pretty common.
Yeah, slippery.
Yeah, he opened that little pocket knife. It would slip through your hands. It's a pretty common thing in murder cases where like the killer's DNA is there also.
Yeah.
You know the one that I want to know about though is the John
Wilkes Booth.
No, John Benet Ramsey. Is that her
John
name?
Benet Ramsey.
That sounds
Yes.
right.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
The girl who's
Yes.
like 7 or 8 at the beauty pageant.
Yes.
Because like I'm fucking convinced the mom did it. Have you seen any documentaries on that?
I heard that there was some suspicious evidence
Yeah, there's suspicious stuff
about something about a window that could only have been closed from the inside.
I don't know,
and
it's been a while.
Things of that nature. Yeah,
Just
I don't
if-
know all the details.
If you see an interview with the parents, they're not right.
Yeah.
But they were also like, when they're that age in those beauty pageants, they're giving them fake teeth and like they have like little fake boobs and like that whole thing is super weird.
Children's
super weird.
beauty pageants in and of itself, strange. Children's beauty pageants,
Yeah.
weirder.
Have you seen the panels, like the judging panels?
Yeah.
Like they look. Like
It's-
you're clearly. Like,
Right, it's just an uncomfortable situation, and it's another failure of society.
Yeah.
That it's, why are we getting to a point where we're trying to take children, specifically female children,
Yeah.
and we're going to dress you up and make you look as beautiful as possible,
Yeah.
and then we're going to have you judged by adults on who's the
Yeah.
prettiest.
We're gonna make you look like an
That
adult.
sounds like a recipe for a psychological disorder later in life.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Sounds like
say.
a betting man.
If you're willing to put your kid in that, there's something off with you. Like the mom, there's something off with the moms that do that.
Well, it's like Munchausen syndrome by proxy.
Dude, and that's social media has made that just turn that volume all the way to 11.
Yeah.
Like, we were laughing about that when I picked Hunter up from the airport. We were laughing about like the whole trans thing. It's just moms being able to, the amount of attention they can.
I
garner.
just saw a wild
Dude,
video about that.
I'm not gonna say that that's not true.
Yeah.
That shit's going on in my extended family, and it's weird, man. It's weird. There's definitely, I mean, I'm trying not to judge, and I'm trying to just speak the truth and be honest and just like, without being mean,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna not stand on the principle of what it is. And so it's just this very weird situation.
Yeah.
And the place where this person lives is in a place where that type of thing, where you get recognition for it, is exalted.
It's the parent. That's what you can look
Yeah.
into Hollywood, and it's like everybody that career was kind of starting to go, kind of fade off.
All of a sudden, they have a trans kid.
all of a sudden they have like Dwayne Wade and what's his wife's name?
I don't know.
Ah, she's a super hot black girl. She was in the Bad Boys 2 and I can't remember her name. Super hot. But they have like 3 kids and they're all something. It's like, that's weird.
That's
that
an
percentage rate
abnormal
is-
statistic,
Yeah.
is what that is. I saw this video just like literally yesterday, and it's these 2 kids, and their mom's behind them, and they're like on Omegle or something, and
They just all wanted to see fat old dicks.
apparently,
Omegle?
yeah,
Do you know what Omegle is?
it's like a random chat room.
Oh,
thing.
don't explain it.
Oh,
I want to.
Sorry.
the next live stream is
I
us on
want to put
Omegle.
Jake on Omegle now.
Yeah, we're gonna
You've
go.
never been on Omegle?
It's just a bunch of old
Never
dicks.
even heard of it.
It's just the YMCA locker room and kids.
What?
Omegle is this thing where
Why?
it's like FaceTime, right? Or Skype or whatever.
I heard of Omaze.
It's
And you
like
just
chat
hit
the
roulette
charity-
almost. Yeah.
Yeah, you
but
just
not a charity.
You just hit next, and it just takes you to like the next person that's like that has their webcam open on their computer. It's been around for a million years.
Yeah.
But I would say, I don't know, on average, every 5th next
it's about
is
a-
just a dude from like mid thigh to belly button,
Belly
just,
rolling over, just cranking it.
just cranking it.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are people doing this?
I don't know.
When you dive deep enough.
What the hell is going on out
Yeah.
there?
But this has been around since. I mean, at least I remember when we were in the barracks in Germany in
You guys would do it for fun.
2010. Oh yeah, we would.
Yeah.
It'd be like 8 soldiers who were all
Omegle
drinking and we're on
bingo.
Omegle.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dick, take a dick!
Yeah. And then just yell at him about what kind of little dick he has, and then
The
like,
old man dick is
Yeah.
the free space in the Omegle bingo.
oh, Omegle bingo would be fun.
That would be fun.
No.
We should do that
Yeah.
for a video.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The problem, you're gonna see a lot of penises.
No,
before
I don't
you-
want that in my life. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
I swear that literally the 2 users of that are like kids that heard about it at school that like don't know. I swear to God, it's just like
Children are.
it's like
Yeah.
2 or 3 like kids just like on Omegle, and you like hit next, dick, next, dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, my kid rocked me like a month ago. We were just on the phone just chatting about stuff, and she was like, "Oh yeah, when I was like 8 and we would watch Omegle on my computer." And
And you said, what?
"Yeah," I like full stopped and said, "Excuse me," and she was like, "Yeah, we don't go on that anymore." And I was like,
It's like one of those, okay,
Yeah.
I can't be.
I just said I just apologized to her. I was like, I should have been paying more attention to what you were doing.
Yep.
I was like, she went, mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Watch your kids, guys.
This really is. We are really hitting the theme in this episode.
Just failure after failure after
Mistakes.
failure.
Yeah. Mistakes.
Mistakes and failures.
Yep. It's so anyways, this
Sorry. Yeah. So
it's these two kids and they're like one of the kids is claiming to be gay, I believe, and then somebody asks the other kid.
they start playing gay chicken.
Yeah. You know, it's the Island Boys.
They don't pull out and they make a gay.
They make a gay.
Oh,
Two
God.
gays make a gay.
Yeah, two gays make a trans.
Anyways,
This whole episode is wrecked, dude.
and the other person.
Two gays make a trans. Sorry.
Take your time.
Oh, what is it? We don't know yet.
It's a baby.
We don't know yet. It doesn't know yet.
It doesn't know yet. It'll choose when it's time.
Sorry.
It reminds us of an island breeze.
Keep going, please.
Are you sure? I think you need a second.
We were just very excited to see her penis.
And I thought I was demented because I have another family.
No, that's classic American stuff right there.
Yeah, dude,
just-
that's how this country got built.
yeah, that's toxic masculinity 101. What do you only have one family?
Pretty sure God said it was okay in the Bible.
What do you only provide for one set of people that need help?
I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
All
Anyway.
women need a husband.
Just take that one out of context.
Oh, that's going in the sizzle. So, anyways, to just wrap this up, the Omegle person was like, "Does your mom make you? Like, does she tell you to be gay or that you are gay?" And then the one kid was like, "No, not at all. I mean, she encourages me to be part of the LGBT, and she'll get mad if I say I don't want to be." And then she just goes, "What the hell are you saying?" And he goes, "Facts."
That's what the kid said.
Yeah, and then that's where the short ended, but
That's 100% what it is.
it's what it
though.
is.
You're not a sexual being when you're 6, 7,
No.
8, 9, 10 years old. You're just
No.
not. It's not how you look at the opposite sex. It's not how you
No.
look at yourself. It's not how you view the world. And if you are viewing the world that way, when I went through EMT classes, that was like one of the things was like if a kid is making jokes or comments or things that are like
Who
It means it's
influenced
coming
them?
from up above.
he's being exposed.
Yeah.
They're being exposed to something. Something is there. It's
Yeah.
like one of those red flags to look for to then be like, hey, what's
100%.
house home? You know?
It's when
100%.
it's when adults are saying, "Well, the children really need to explore their sexuality." It's
Yeah.
going, "Oh, I have immediate red flags about
Yeah,
you."
like no, they don't. They don't have sexuality yet.
No.
Like if they haven't gone through puberty, then they're not. That's not a thing.
You sure that 5-year-old's eating
Why-
worms out of the mud right
Yeah.
now?
Why can't
Yeah.
we just let that be a safe thing for kids to go through when their brain and their body kicks in with those chemicals and says, "Hey, you're gonna look at a girl and you're gonna look at her totally different because you're gonna see that she's cute."
And you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I was cute.
Why can't we just leave that alone?
No.
And be like, hey, you go through that on your own. If you have questions, we're here. We're not gonna bring stuff up with you and be weird about it. Have a trusted person in your life where you can talk to that person when those things happen. Why can't we just fucking leave that alone?
Because
It's so fucked up, man.
how do you plan to pass on your ideals and your like ethos, your way of life? You're gonna have kids, and what you believe, what you were taught, you will teach them.
Well, yeah.
If you're in that community, you're not gonna have kids.
Oh, I never thought about it like
So the only way to influence the next generation and pass on your ideals is to influence kids. That's why they're so, and you can make that as nefarious as you want, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's what it is. They know that for their ideals, for this message to continue to grow and move on, they have to affect the next generation. And you're not going to a 15-year-old boy and being like, hey, I know that a stiff breeze gives you a hard-on that will rip a hole in your pants, but you're probably a girl. You know, like you're not convincing a 15-year-old boy that he's a girl, but a 7-year-old,
Right.
and then show him cartoon drawn and just distort his little brain and
The ease of access of pornography into the world
I don't think it's by accident.
Oh no, it's devastating and it's unbelievable.
The CIA, when the CIA was doing the MK Ultra stuff, that was the thing that they found that was the most effective at
really? I didn't know that.
wearing like the human psyche down.
Was
Yeah, it was an overabundance of. It was the thing that would isolate and depress a person to where you could kind of feed them.
Well, because it's such a dopamine high.
So just rewires your brain.
When Texas passed that legislation where you need to age verify or whatever.
The hub.
Yeah. Someone I know was complaining about it. And
did you just look at them and say, get a VPN and quit being weird?
that's what I said, yes. And my thought was like, bro, you're putting your own like carnal selfishness, which is what has been established is a very low barrier to hop over if you want that sort of thing.
It's not even a fence.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a bump in the road.
And that's just that one
gnome.
website. Yeah, you can
It's
just
like a
use
hedge
Google.
that's this high.
You can still Google
Right.
boobs.
and you're bitching about it.
Wait, hold all the fucks
Still
up.
Google boobs.
Hold all the fucks
One
up.
of my favorite pastimes.
When you're googling your Nolan, are you
don't.
googling boobs?
No, I don't look at.
Nice
Oh, well, that makes sense.
boobs. Enter. Hell yeah. And then he just closes the window.
Making sure it's still there.
Nice. They haven't blocked that one yet.
Tell me, Jeeves, are there any boobs on the internet today? Ask Jeeves was my favorite search engine back in the day. I was so disappointed when like kind of just went away.
Let me just finish the story. So he was upset about this, and granted, it was kind of just, it was just the boys, and we were just, we were just being the boys.
Just being the boys.
I didn't get too upset or worked up or personal about it, but my thought was, bro,
But yeah,
come the fuck on.
Yeah.
Like, this is the smallest barrier to entry so that a 10-year-old doesn't accidentally stumble upon hardcore video
on one website.
Can we just agree that that's a good thing and like move the fuck on?
Because that's the problem with it.
Jesus.
It's not, if you take the internet back to like, I don't know what, 2003, 4, that's probably around the time that like we all had like the AOL dial-up disc that you could get at the grocery store, It was just like softcore, I'm sure that there was horrible shit on the internet at that time already. But it wasn't easy to find. The main page is just abuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude, I don't know why, but like I think it's just like Macy getting older and like she's stepping into like that world. Like it's just been on my mind a lot, and like OnlyFans and trying to understand that world and make sure that I can like steer her away from it. Cause I know she's gonna know girls in her school that start doing it immediately. You know what I mean?
I've got some things to say about that. So yeah.
But I watched all the Hot Girls Wanted documentaries on Netflix. I can't remember her name. She's the
I know
girl
about
from
these documentaries.
Parks and Rec, the nurse on Parks and Rec. She did all of them. She's got a famous dad. I can't remember who her dad is. Like singer from back in the day, like Lionel Richie or something.
Her name's like Aubrey something, right? Or
is it Aubrey Plaza?
I think so. Is that her?
That might be right.
The one who in the show dated Chris Pratt?
Yeah. But those are like heartbreaking documentaries. And then I found another one that's like a 3-part that you go to their website and you sign up with your email to like support. It's like signing a petition essentially. Then you get access to the 3-part documentary, and they go through the rise of popularity of like abuse through the years. And this is
a category on.
It's not a category that you would like click and search for. It's like. Used to be like, here's a naked girl. Oh, here's a naked girl playing with herself. Oh, here's a girl and a guy. Oh, here's a girl and 2 guys. Now, like the average thing is like, here's a girl getting peed on by 15 dudes, and like she's tied up, and like there's all these that have come out and said that they were in these scenes when they're 19. They sign the thing, they don't really read it. And then they're in this studio in Hollywood, and they're literally tied to a point they can't do anything about it anyways. There's people screaming at them and hitting them, and like, if you watch some of the videos, like you can see in their eyes that they're either disassociating or. In a bunch of the interviews with these girls, they brag about how good they are at dissociating from these scenes, and it's like, man, like
it's sad.
You're willfully allowing yourself to be. That's what you're getting on camera, like.
But it's not a if you have a camera.
That's right.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It's legal now.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think
Well,
about that.
One of those documentaries, they
It's-
talk about the STD testing inside that world and like how effective it is. And like everybody they interview, like all the actors, they all like chuckle like about how ineffective it is, obviously. Because you get a test that's good for 2 weeks. We film 15 scenes.
Right.
Like, but one of the things they said in that is that like in the industry, they basically just test for HIV and like chlamydia. They don't even test for herpes because it's so
Rampant.
It's just so rampant. They just don't even test for it.
God. What?
Yeah.
I
Imagine getting into that at 18, and now you've got all these STDs. Your career is 18 months long at best.
When I was living in LA, we went to a thrift store to pick up some clothes or whatever because we were getting costumes for a production.
Yeah.
And I was with a buddy of mine. There was 2 cute girls in there, and I just, I was single at the time, and I just said what's up.
It sounds like you're always single.
ladies,
Get at him.
he can support a 3rd and/or 4th family. We don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes.
That's why we started a new channel. Today we tried.
I got her number, and then I was asking her what she did, and she said that she was a webcam girl.
Nice.
And no, not nice. And
It's a sarcasm.
yeah, and then I didn't pursue it because I was like,
Gross.
yeah, I was like,
How many years ago was this?
oh God, this was.
Well, she was a webcam girl, not an OnlyFans girl, so that should tell you at least
Yeah,
10.
but this is before OF.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's at least 10
Yeah.
years.
This maybe was 2010.
Imagine I would love to know the percentage of girls that have sold, not sent shit, but physically been paid for pictures. Like, as I was talking to that one girl for a while that just had like a public Snapchat. And dudes would just be like, I'll pay you $500 for like a picture or whatever. That was just the DMs that she got on like her Snapchat. You know what I mean? And there was nothing other than her Snapchat being like it was all her in a bikini and stuff. But like, there wasn't anything about it that said she was a webcam girl. There wasn't,
Right.
you know what I mean? She wasn't on like one of those sites. And those sites are so big now.
Well, it's just, I don't know what happened with the push of feminism that went from we want to be respected and we want to be treated like equals to now it is empowering to sell your body and now it is all your worth. It's gone like full
Yeah, we
like
really
fucked
went-
up circle of we only feel like we're valued for our sex appeal in our bodies to, well, we're valued for our sex appeal in
Yeah.
our bodies.
It was like the goalposts were here, and then they were like, let's just move those. Okay. And then they went,
It's
and now this is radical to the conservative side.
right.
yeah. It's to me, it's kind of the
It's wild.
It's like the ultimate like proof of. I'm gonna be super sexist.
Choose your words carefully, my young friend.
No, fuck that. Put me on Reddit. Let's go. The idea that like a 22, 21, like the OF girls, they're all kind of in that window. Like probably 24 and under, and they're all marketing themselves as being very young. It's very, very dark. If you start looking into the OF girls that do really well, they market themselves like they're 12. But they will even post pictures on their social media.
We're trying with this show, we're trying to inspire people, and I don't feel like we've done that at all this episode.
But all of those girls that claim this independence, it's like, I was thinking about this the other day and it bothered me to no end. Our generation, the generation underneath of us, is all of the OF girls. Everyone that's like 35 to 20 right now, right? That's everyone that's doing OF,
Okay.
right? I'm sure there's some old ass people on there too, but all of those women are like, there's no good men out here, and then they're selling themselves to the boomer generation. So if you're a young guy right now, it like pissed me off.
Are
for
the
a second.
boomers responsible for this too?
Yes, who has that level of disposable income? It's all 55 and up.
Tell me that the boomers didn't do this too.
Have you not seen the interviews where the girls will bring on like their top 10 biggest payers and they'll have like a roundtable like
No,
podcast
I haven't
with
seen
them?
these interviews.
Oh
What
my
are you
God.
talking
It's-
about?
It's I don't want
Say
to
the word.
It's fascinating.
There it is.
I watch cowboy movies and old reruns of modern
No,
Marvels.
it's fascinating.
God, life must be good for
These
you.
girls are, they're fucking 19 and they're just like in a room interviewing some guy who's like their biggest fan.
Well-
and he's literally your grandpa.
Also, hold on.
And it's like, I thought your dick quit working. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking forward to the day that I'm able to think about something else. Like, what the fuck? Like, I gotta know that my granddad is like blowing his, like, I'm not gonna get a retirement because he's spending it all on OF girls? Like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. Trying to buy a
If
boat?
this is true, this is what yet another thing that
It's just another thing the boomers are fucking up. Because it's not, tell
mean,
me,
to
tell
be
me
fair,
you're a 22-year-old guy right now, right?
You're not spending a bunch of money on OF girls.
No, you don't have any money.
No.
You go to college, you get a 4-year degree, you're buried in debt, your job isn't paying you, could barely get an apartment.
America.
And no girl is interested in you because your granddad is buying her shit on Snapchat.
You're probably also afraid of them.
Yeah, but all those women are empowered and don't need a man, except they're all being bought online by the generation that was like, you shouldn't have a job, you shouldn't vote, and you should be in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, listen, we're gonna set you guys free. Women should have the right to vote, and all of you can get
still
naked.
in Congress.
Yeah, I know. They run Congress, the housing market, and the industry.
He's right.
I know.
Tackett was right about everything.
Look,
I need to make that hat.
look in the actual porn industry. Like I have watched porn since I was in high school. You know what I mean? It's the same 5 guys, like the male actors. You know what I mean? It's literally the same.
Gross.
I've seen the
story.
same.
They used to
5
shoot. They
guys
used to shoot
Gross.
down the street from where the corridor studio was.
Really?
Yeah.
Arts District, baby.
And
Have you met him?
no, and one day this dude rolls up in this Jeep.
That is how Jeep drivers drive.
He was like, hey! And we were filming outside. And he's like, what are you guys filming? I've seen you filming out here. Oh, I did it. And he was like, I'm an adult, or whatever he said. I don't know what words he used.
I'm an
But he
adult
was like-
actor.
He was a male,
Yeah.
and he wanted to be in one of our videos because he had seen them, and he liked the action, and he wanted to be in an action scene. And I was like, and I referred him to Kasim G.
Yes, dude.
Because Kasim G used to interview stars.
Yeah. Yes.
You're like, we don't really do what you do.
He drove off upset. He was like, fuck, goddamn.
All of his ducks in his windshield.
Falling out the doors. He got one stuck in his leather assless chaps. Do you know how hard it would suck? Wow, no pun intended. Do you know how hard it would suck to you're a guy and you get sold on the industry idea? Because I don't know if you've ever looked into that.
But then you just end up having sex with dudes.
Because that's not an option. They're like, hey, you're doing a scene today. And you go, okay. And you show up and you're like, so where is she? And they're like, bad news.
So we have to inject Viagra straight into your penis and you're going to have sex with this man.
You know that's the thing they do?
I know, yeah.
Straight into it.
Yep. Straight into the vein.
With
Yeah.
a syringe?
Correct.
Yeah. It is a dark industry. I don't know how we ended up on this subject.
because
such
of you.
We're talking about life's failures and more generally society's failures.
I'm just fascinated with the underworld and people that live
Hey kid.
outside of the 9-to-5 norm, right? Whether you're an entrepreneur and you're able to be successful, anybody that's outside of that regular human humdrum of 9 to 5. I'm fascinated by it.
You mean the thing that literally provides all the shit that make our lives possible and
Yeah.
provide us all the creature comforts?
I'm just-
You mean that humdrum.
I'm just
How do you avoid taxes, guy?
No, I'm fascinated about what makes you be like, you know what I think I want to do? I want to completely mutilate and use my own body for the next 30 years and the worst. It's not a good industry for anybody involved in it.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Well, I think if I was to take a gander, probably for dudes getting into that industry, it's like, I'm
I think that's
sex
what
with
it
so
is.
many chicks.
Yeah, I think that's what it is out of the gate. And then they get into the industry and they're like, oh no, you're a skinny 19-year-old. I got bad news for you. There's a market for you, and it's
Meet
not
Jamal.
with the girls. Yeah.
Is it possible to watch a documentary on the horrors of the industry without watching?
Just don't look at it.
If you watch the Hot Girls Wanted, there's 2 or 3 of them on Netflix. They do a very good job because it's produced by that girl, whatever her name is. She does a really good job of being able to walk you into that world
Yeah.
Without it, like you could, I don't know, I say you're gonna watch it with the kids by any means, but like you and Wendy could watch it together. It's not like she entered I think the first one, she follows a girl that's like getting into it and like interviews her at this one kind of notorious house in Florida where the girls come down and they live with this guy, and like it's really sad. And then she interviews her when she's like out of the industry, like literally like a year later, 18 months later, and she's like living at home and she's on the couch with like her whole family, and like it's a very intimate like betrayal of like her story.
Portrayal.
Yeah, portrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah, betrayal.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing too, is like we don't do a good job, I think, as a society of saying, hey, you made some bad decisions, but come on back. And there is a path for you, and you can do something else, and you can be useful and productive and like have good things that can come out of this tragedy.
Well, we built
we
a
don't
society.
do a good job of that at all.
You can't say that they're bad
people,
decisions.
those people are now just shunned forever.
Yeah.
And put into a corner, which to me is like the exactly the opposite of what like the Christian ethos is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be that, hey, that's not gonna that bad thing that you went through is not gonna be like God is gonna use it in a way that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shunning and like shame, and so you're like, well, you just stay over there.
Yeah.
And that's not what that is. That's not what it's supposed to be.
We also just like we can't draw a line in our society. It's you being that immoral is to be celebrated. But at the same time, the average person will lie to your face and be like, we celebrate your empowerment. But also, I don't want you to marry my son. I don't want you to come to my house for holidays. I don't want you around my family. I don't want you around my kids. So I'm going to shun you while telling you that I support what you're doing.
Right.
And that's almost worse.
Yeah,
I'd rather be like,
definitely
this is the reason why society is...
The two-faced mask. Of
Yeah,
it.
it's the whole way that we built the American structure was that we were a godly Christian society that would self-govern through societal norms.
Yeah.
And from women's suffrage kind of on, those societal norms started getting shed. And then now, I mean, what is a societal norm in the States now?
Well, that's why I did a video on the Declaration of Independence, because it clearly states like what our core principles are. And I think it's super important to look back on that and go, well, these are our core principles. This is what we're built on, and this is how we're structured.
Yeah.
And we should build the rest of our society around these core ideas.
With Charlie Kirk's assassination, obviously, like he's just been all over social media recently.
Yeah.
He had this incredible rebuttal on this show where someone said, like, God's only mentioned in the founding documents like 104 times or whatever. It was like 100 and something times. And they go on this whole spiel about how we obviously weren't founded as a Christian nation. And the guy gets done and Charlie Kirk starts and he's like, do you realize that these are like legal documents?
Yeah.
That the religion of the people that wrote them and God is mentioned 100 and whatever time, like 104 times. Like, you understand what you're saying, right? Like that's not a nothing thing. That's 104 intentional things. Like,
Right. Give me another legal document that has that.
Right, that has it in it, while saying that there's a separation of church and state. You
Right.
know, like.
Well, that's an interesting point there, and I think one that people often get confused about. And Nick has been constantly telling me to do a video about this, which I think I'm gonna do. Do it. But the basic idea people get confused about is, well, there's supposed to be a separation of church and state. All that's saying is that the state, whether it's a state or the federal government, is not going to choose a religion that
people.
everyone has to follow.
Yeah.
That's all it's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not saying
the
that
Vatican won't rule.
Yeah, it's not saying that you can't, through the freedom of association, create a company where everybody is this.
Yeah.
That's not what it's saying at all. Or saying that if you speak out against this and you get fired as a result of it, that they can't do that.
I remember when I was a kid, it was praying in school. It was like kids getting like thrown out of public schools because they were like praying at lunch over their food. They were literally just closing their eyes and putting their head down, and the schools were being like, you can't pray here.
What?
You didn't hear about this?
No.
Oh man, I will say this. My dad was, you know how I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah.
I get it naturally from my family.
Nice.
My dad was a avid
Just
Dr.
like your
James
sexism.
Dobson. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Do you remember Dr. James Dobson from back in the day? He was kind of Ben Shapiro from back in the day.
No.
My dad listened to Dr. James Dobson and who was the radio guy?
Joel Osteen.
No.
Not him.
I want to say Robert Goodfellow, and that is 1,000% not right. He died not long ago. He's big
Big boy.
Big hardy guy.
Oh, Newt Gingrich?
No, he's still alive.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is gonna pop into my head. But I remember being a kid and like listening to like sitting in the car listening to my like it was Ben Shapiro back in the day
Yeah.
of like the Christians are under attack. There's kids being thrown out of schools. Like, yeah. So like I don't know how like
Right,
it was
right.
probably being kind of pumped up, but it was
Right.
definitely a thing that happened.
Yeah.
But that's why I had to go to. A
Well, the
Christian school.
weirdest thing about the First Amendment is that there's 5 fundamental rights in the First Amendment. It's like freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of association, freedom of the press, and freedom of protest, to petition the government for redress of grievances. Okay, so all of these things together make what's called the freedom of association,
Okay.
which isn't expressly stated, but it's been sort of founded through jurisprudence and like the studying of an interpretation of the First Amendment to say like, well, there's an idea here that you can associate with who you want to.
Okay.
And that the government can't tell you how or with whom you can associate. It's why you get groups like the Ku Klux Klan that are allowed to be even despite all the whatever.
Interesting.
So, but
Despite all the racism.
yeah. But so that same principle is what establishes companies and businesses and churches and corporations. And the same principle of freedom of speech, people are saying, well, I said this publicly, and then it got associated that I worked for this company, and this company is now firing me. Why aren't they protecting my freedom of speech? And it's like, well, first of all, separating the fact that that applies to the government as it looks
Yeah.
at the people and not, but also recognizing that the company that you work for is a result of the freedom of association. And your statement is also a result of the First Amendment. And people just, I don't know why they don't get that.
That was the Jimmy Kimmel thing.
And I refused to do this video for a long time. I thought, oh, this isn't a good video to do because it's so obvious. But at the same time, it's not.
It's not.
And it just needs to be stated clearly, I think.
Yeah, people don't understand that you, as an individual that can work for a company, are a liability to the company.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, you might be.
You can be.
Yeah, you
can
definitely
be
can
a
be.
liability to the company because, like, if you do something outrageous, that can reflect poorly
the
upon the company itself.
Yeah.
The company hiring you, though, is a result of their freedom of association.
Right, but what that shows, for example, in wake of the murder, you have people who are celebrating online, and if by them not taking action, they're saying, oh, we're okay with this.
Yeah.
It's that guilty by association sort of deal.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the thing that bugged
true.
me. It was
Yeah.
it
You
was
know?
the ABC firing Jimmy Kimmel, and then like normal people going on social media, and then also losing their jobs, and everyone kind of freaking out about it. Why wouldn't the company have a right to fire you for things?
Well,
you
no.
say?
It's
Like,
okay
why-
when they want it. It's not okay when
Well, there
it happens
is
in
some.
reverse.
So just to be fair, there's a couple other layers within that impact that specific situation. Now, you take that out of context, and it's just a guy who's talking, and he gets fired and then rehired or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's just purely a First Amendment thing. Now, where the Jimmy Kimmel situation gets a little bit more complicated is that the FCC.
threatened ABC.
The FCC regulates what goes on terrestrial broadcast, and the FCC is an executive department bureau.
Yep.
So they're beholden to the executive branch, and so there's a whole thing
Oh,
there.
the FCC is? I
Yes.
didn't know that. I didn't know that
Yeah.
at
So
all.
what's also interesting is from what I heard,
All those alphabet soups, they're all executive branch bureaus.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so that does kind of make more sense
With
because
the-
the FCC
yeah.
straight up said like if you don't get rid of him, we're gonna pull like FCC clearance
broadcasting
or whatever. Yeah,
license.
that's what it was. Your
and they
broadcasting
can,
license,
which
Yeah.
is why I'm always saying a responsible government is a small government, because the more power you give to the executive, the more ability a single person has to make decisions like that.
So that like legit was then.
I mean, I don't know all of the specifics, but I do know that that's another layer that often is just a.
I
that's just a
like when
huge
I
part
have
of
to
that
disagree with
conversation.
like the side that I'm on.
well, it's complete.
like,
You
now I
should.
disagree with it.
That creates healthy assessment of where you're at.
But if there was something from, I have this like litmus test that I run myself through, where it's like if Trump or Republican conservative does something, I will say to like I will think to myself like if Hillary Clinton did this,
yeah, that's
what
a
is my
good
opinion
general
on it?
assessment.
Yeah, and like if Hillary Clinton had threatened the FCC to pull Tucker Carlson off of Fox by pulling their broadcast license, I would have a massive issue with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like in this situation, it's completely possible that Trump threw a temper tantrum and was like, "Get him off!" Because
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah, I
just
don't
to
know.
be.
Or just
I don't
someone
know
around
all
him.
of the particulars
Yeah.
of how all that specific thing went down.
From
I'm
what
just saying that adds a layer of nuance that isn't often
Yeah.
considered. That's all I'm saying.
From what I heard, I watched the interview with the FCC guy, and what he was saying was it's because Jimmy Kimmel was not acting in the interest of the public. So now, I mean, I watched the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and he directly says, like, false information about the shooter.
Yeah, he 100%
So,
does.
are you
but
supposed to be constantly acting in the interest of the public just if you have a broadcast license?
Well, I mean,
is that
you're not
the baseline that's assumed there?
well, you're not supposed to directly spread misinformation that's already
can't
been
have any
established by the
cable
FBI.
news.
Then literally all the news is gone.
Yeah, you couldn't have any.
Yes,
cable
correct.
news.
Yes. Yes, correct. Yes.
Rachel Maddow and Sean Hannity are
Yeah,
off the
They're
air
all
today.
fucking
Yes!
gone. Yeah.
Get rid of them.
Well, cable's different too because cable isn't. I mean, I'm not studied in the area of like where the FCC's jurisdiction begins and ends, but I do know that there's a difference between the free airwaves that are receivable through the big four: ABC, NBC, whatever, CBS,
MSNBC.
Fox, versus cable, because that you pay for that. That's different.
That's how they got away with the old HBO
Yeah.
like stuff back
Right.
in the day.
And so it all comes from this idea that, and again, this is one of those like fundamental things that we just kind of we're just like looking back and we see like a fog of what the original idea was, and it's the same thing with terrestrial broadcast, radio and TV. It was the idea that the airwaves themselves are public. The airwaves themselves exist just in the same way that like the white-tailed deer in whatever state you live in exist, and they belong to the people. And so people would petition for a license to broadcast over those airwaves because those airwaves, they just exist.
Yeah.
But through that over the 100 years or whatever, now it's
Through the three people from.
yeah,
you know,
it's the same thing as banking. It's like, well, how do you get into banking, right? Can you start a bank? Can you start a bank? It's what I'm
no,
saying.
he's not Jewish.
What I'm saying is like
I had so many jokes.
It's been like obfuscated through layers of things, but the underlying root of why the FCC has the ability to tell CBS what they can and can't do is because they're broadcasting on a public airwave.
Interesting.
That's why those were always free. And they changed them over to analog to digital signal like 10 years ago, but you can still put a digital receiver on your TV and receive whatever digital broadcast signals.
They should do that with YouTube then. They should be like, there's YouTube and there's YouTube Premium.
This is a hilarious and poignant example of something that's been, in my opinion, not enough debated. But YouTube slides under the radar of being a technology company. Not a
They're not a broadcasting
not a
company.
broadcast company.
Because they sell your data.
Even though their original statement was YouTube, broadcast yourself. That was their,
It totally was.
that was their
that was the
original
statement,
phrase,
dude,
and it was
yeah.
a television with the two.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Remember?
It had like the little
antenna. Yeah, that was the old app logo. And
Oh, and that's why they were like, it's a play button. Interesting.
You see where it's
Interesting.
going,
They were
yeah.
like, or
Yeah.
we'll just data mine you.
Yes. Now he gets it.
So yeah, the whole debate over whether or not YouTube and other large video distribution companies should be treated as technology companies or broadcast companies is something that we're not ahead of the ball enough on, I don't think. And I'm not advocating for like the government should all of a sudden require X, Y, and Z, because I believe again in small government. But I'm just saying like when you look at the fundamentals of what creates a broadcast company, beyond grabbing terrestrial airwaves, which are just naturally existing,
That's such a good punk rock band name. Terrestrial Airways. Hell yeah.
then you get into this underlying issue, which is for perhaps another time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I to kind of to go back we were talking about.
That way? Or,
Yeah. I do think that like the internet that was like the gift of the internet coming along it was this uncensored information.
Yeah.
You know, it was like the Gutenberg printing press,
Right.
Right.
It was
Another-
the next printing
yeah.
press. Yeah, it was
But-
that next.
Yeah, it's
moment.
just now we're 30 years into this bitch, and we gotta start
Yeah.
reining some shit in.
I
because
think we're seeing that.
shit's getting wild.
It's because like it doesn't seem like any like good intentioned person got into the internet early.
no, it's
It
like
was
the
like
torch.
was the first people
they
they were like, yo,
we can
yeah.
share this with
yo,
everyone.
yo,
and
you don't have to
torrents
go.
and just
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the music industry was ripping all of us off with their $25 CDs that had 12 songs on them. Okay, so let's just be fair about that.
Yeah.
Which is why torrents came along so quickly,
Yeah.
and so they had such a huge impact.
Which $25 20 years ago was
Dude,
an entirely different thing than
that was like
$25. That was like
$70.
$100
Yeah.
now, yeah.
LimeWire, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I had all of them. LimeWire, BearShare, Napster. I used all of them.
Pirate
dude.
Bay.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah. Pirate Bay was a little sketchy.
They were all a little sketchy.
Yeah. I downloaded some stuff on Pirate Bay a couple of times though, where like I opened it and was like, oh no. Oh no. I think that was no. Was that a dog?
Nope. No.
But yeah, the idea behind torrenting to skirt the law. Do you know how that works technically?
You wouldn't download
It's
a car.
it's just literally I know it is peer to peer
multiple
sharing.
bits. Yeah. So I have a collection of bits, and you have a collection of bits.
We got bits.
And Hunter over there wants an
assortment of bits.
An assortment of bits. And so we all provide to him different parts of the bits that get assembled to make the same replication of bits that we have, but none of us in particular provided him
The whole
with
bit.
all of the bits.
That's how that works?
yeah.
Ah.
And so that's why
okay.
they were able to skirt around the way that the laws were written at the time for so long, because it wasn't actually.
I only gave him 30 seconds.
It wasn't actually duplication. You weren't actually breaking a copyright law as it was understood before.
I just
that.
figured it was illegal as shit, but it was like every teenager in America was doing it and they couldn't do anything
Well, that
about
too.
Well, that's also true.
100%
correct,
yeah,
yes.
too.
Like, do you I'm sure that you
Like
guys
now,
you guys-
what teenagers in the U.S. and everywhere across the world are still doing, which is
Fentanyl.
everything illegal.
Did you? I'm sure that you guys heard like
Check on your
And the
kids.
boomers apparently.
They're Googling boobies.
Check on your grandfather.
Check on your grandparents
Check his
and your
accounts. Perhaps he's got some things he shouldn't be spending money on.
Is he still on Tumblr? And does he have a Reddit?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Granddad has a
I never
Reddit.
thought I would have to say that.
What? Check on
Check
your
on Grandpa's bank account.
Yeah,
Yeah. See where that money's going.
yeah. Did he buy a pretty young girl in Florida a boat this year? No, did you guys ever hear the horror story of the like 15-year-old girl who downloaded 500,000 songs and then was like sentenced to prison? I can still see her face in my mind. from
Yeah,
the
they
good
tried to
news
make an
story.
example out of some people.
Yeah, and because I remember downloading things, watching
Just
that
like
on the
the
TV,
US
being like,
government.
"Oh man, my mom is gonna get mad at me," but like still downloading it. You know,
That's
I need this new Tupac album.
yeah, I gotta know, dude.
that's
It's been
such
8
a-
years since he's
Yeah.
dead, and this
Somebody
is his
find
12th
that old
album.
video
is
with
he
the
really
dog.
dead?
Like,
He's in Puerto Rico.
no one heard my fucked up dog joke just now.
I chose to ignore it. I just remember the old ads, like in the beginning of movies. You wouldn't download a car.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
I would if I could.
I just
Yes, I would.
watched, what did I just watch from the early 2000s the other day that had one of those at the beginning of it? It was an Amazon movie. Fuck.
It was on Amazon still.
Yeah, it was baked in.
Hell
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
I have
baked
a
into the
Couldn't get
rental.
rid of it.
Yeah, I have a massive collection of DVDs at my mom's house, and like we don't talk anymore. But back in the day when I was still going around, you know, I would like sit Macy down and I'd be like, "You're gonna experience some cool shit. This is what movies used to be like." You
Yeah.
know? You would download a car.
Yeah.
Dude, every time the government tries to make one of those like you shouldn't do this commercials, they have such a bad. All of those always made me think like, no, I
wanna do
totally
it
would.
more.
I totally would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally download a car. Like, what are you talking about? Fuck you guys. I'm totally gonna steal this movie. You're making me want to steal it. It was the same with the anti-marijuana commercials, where like the girl came home with
they
her dog.
deflate?
Yeah, and like deflated on the couch. I can remember watching that, being like, hell yeah,
sounds
dude.
cool.
That's exactly what it's like, dude. Chilling.
I
I'm chilling
remember
too.
I remember like 5-year-old me watching the you wouldn't steal or download a car, and like the big fine that they put up, and I was just like, how would they know they're gonna get me? Like my dad, one of his buddies would burn a bunch of movies, and we would always have like just a bunch of ripped movies.
Really?
And he would like give us the movies and like in that CD case.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, they're gonna find out that I got them.
Late at night in the church parking lot.
So deep within the confines of the traditional cinema industry, as well as within like anybody who does anything that's cinematic, there's the coveted sound library. Okay.
Okay.
Now imagine this isn't a podcast, right? Like imagine you're going out and you're filming a video.
Okay.
And you have shots and scenes, and there's a 180 line, and there's takes, and you're just putting together a scene of cinematic language to tell a story. Well, the first thing that you're gonna need once that thing is cut together is what's called a sound library, because you're gonna have to put in sounds for all these things that didn't actually happen. And so within like Hollywood and within anybody who does this kind of work, there's this like, hey, what kind of sound library you got? You got a good sound library?
Interesting.
And
it's
like,
literally like,
yeah, and it's shit like that, and it's terabytes of just sound effects.
this is Bryce at his house locking it behind double firewalls.
Yes.
And like, okay.
No one's getting my sound library.
It's on a hard drive that's in a safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you realize when you're in this type of creating this type of art, how valuable those sound libraries are. And 99% of the files that are in there are copyright infringement, because you got them from somebody who got them from somebody who got them from somebody. And yeah, you have your one Foley artist who is making original shit, and then, but technically, if your Foley artist makes original sound design for a piece, like you have a work for hire agreement with them where whatever they make for that piece now belongs to you. You own that stuff. But they also have their own library that they'll just often throw and mix stuff into. And because it's sound effects, it flies under the radar with almost everything. It's the same thing with VFX and VFX assets. A lot of times, VFX assets, you can see ones duplicated and replicated in different pieces of technology, in different commercials, and different movies, and different TV shows, and you go, oh, that's After Effects Spark 02. Oh yeah, I've seen that one before. Yeah. Huh. That's Embers 04 from the
assets library.
Yeah. It happens all, and so that's a funny thing. That's just 100% copyright infringement that's getting traded around the industry that's creating copyrightable works that nobody talks about.
That's interesting. So the professional version of passing a hard drive around on deployment.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, Army hard drives will make you question if you know people or not. I thought I knew him, but...
He's got a second wife.
Yeah.
And then his second family showed up at dinner?
So when you take it back and you're like, hey, that third folder, are you doing okay?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, I got that from O'Brien. I haven't even looked at that folder. That's not my folder. I don't know why were you looking at that folder? That's not my stuff. Like, that was all really old people. Like, it was new content, but the people were very old. Like,
they didn't seem to be having a good time.
It didn't seem like they knew they were being filmed. Are you making these?
Why was there heavy breathing in all of the videos?
Subtle camera shake.
Do we have any ending themes that we want to hit on here?
I was just thinking about this, and I was like, we started out so poignantly, and you're like, how do you know when pride just gets in the way? When do you call it quits? And then we just...
That's why when before we film these and you guys are like, what's our topic? Like I'm always thinking like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Because I know where I'm
going.
Jack's gonna tell some stories about his grandpa.
Grandpa's third and fourth families.
Hey, that man was hard as nails. My dad's dad was a hard man. That dude shot a rattlesnake that had stood up out of the grass while he was bush hogging, while he was driving the bush hog with a pistol.
Hell yeah.
Right in the face.
He had that 22 bird shot in there. I took some roosters out with that the other day.
Really?
Gotta say, it works pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think it was birdshot.
That's how you get 8 women pregnant.
Yeah, when I was a kid, he would throw glass baby food jars in the air and shoot them out of the air with the Iron Sight 22, which now in the world of
it's pretty good.
PewView, I almost forgot Nick's name for a second. In the world of Pewview, not that impressive, but like being
That's
an 8-year-old
pretty
and watching my
impressive.
granddad do that, like, holy shit.
Yeah, hey, little tidbit out there for y'all who are farmers, especially of chickens. If you have vultures in your area, they make a very good cleanup crew if you have too many roosters. I found this out the other day. I had to take out these roosters with 22 bird shot. And I threw them out into my field and I said, "Oh, well, I had some other stuff I got to do. I'll go out there in the evening and then I'll deal with the roosters."
You mean they died of natural causes?
They died of natural causes.
Yeah.
Well, by the time that I got back out there was nothing left of these roosters except for just the bones and the feet. Not kidding.
Really?
Vultures
6
do
hours.
work, dude.
6 hours.
I figured the vulture would like fly off with it.
No,
Nope.
they
They just
sit
pick
there
it right
and they
there.
just eat it right there. And then the more that they see, the other ones will see them and they'll all fly in. And then, and also there was a bunch of Mexican eagles, which
I didn't think you were going to add eagles to the end of that.
Well, so Mexican
And also there was that's just
and
your
I
fir-
met the neighbors.
that's just your first family.
the Mexican eagle is like
No one- okay.
the national flag of Mexico. It's got the eagle with,
with
the
the
snake. In
No,
his,
but
in his
okay.
talons.
He doesn't
Well, it's in the
understand
center of the.
geography.
I know it's red and green.
He's still confused about Puerto Rico. So the Mexican eagle actually isn't pure black like that. It has like a white sort of face, and it's got white stripes on its feathers or on its
Mexico
wings.
has an eagle?
Yes, it's the national bird of Mexico, but they're up here.
Am I supposed to know that?
Those things put in work too,
Yes,
and they fight with the vultures.
Really?
Yeah,
but vultures are massive and
Are
they
they-
fly in packs.
Are they like the same size as like
yeah.
an
Vultures
American?
are bigger,
Way bigger.
They're bigger than.
but the Mexican eagle is a bird of prey.
Yep.
And the vulture is a scavenger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more quick-witted than the vulture. But they took care of those roosters, man.
I wonder what kind of car a Mexican eagle drives.
A Dodge.
It's always a Dodge.
Stratus.
It's always a Dodge.
It's a Dodge Stratus. And it's got those eyelash things on
My
the
brother had a
headlights for some
Dodge
reason.
Stratus.
Is he Mexican?
No. But he let me borrow it one time, and I was supposed to drive it from Minnesota to Indiana because it was during college.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, just take my car and drive all your shit." And like he gave me a time frame, right? And he said, "You have 8 hours to get from point A to point B." Well, I stopped off in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was kind of seeing this girl at the time who was in Madison, and I had to have a little lunch date, and
This was a week ago.
A couple other things happened. Well, as I'm leaving Madison, he starts calling me, and I'm still only halfway there. "Where the fuck are you? What are you doing with my car?" Da 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 da. Because he loved that car, dude. He loved that car.
A Dodge Stratus?
Yeah, it was his first cool car. We were 20,
It's a
whatever.
weird use of that word.
Whatever.
It's a bold
It was a
use of-
two-door.
It's a V8 though, isn't it?
It was a sedan. It was not a sedan. It was a sport coupe.
Oh, dude.
And it is 2-door, and and I got it back there pretty quick.
Something that Dodge does not do well. It's make cool, sporty cars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Oh well.
Yeah. I mean, they made the Challenger,
Yeah.
which is, it's all right. It's all right.
Are we wrapping this out anyhow? Did you have a final segment for the end?
Why are you doing this?
You said you had a segment at the end.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I said I had a segment for the after show.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is it?
My bitch ex-wife.
Which Jake is about to have 4 of.
Well, I guess we've learned a lot of things about
Stuff.
me in particular on this episode. And apparently I take after Tackett's family
no.
very well.
I can see the thumbnail right now. It's like Jake's families, and it's just like you and just like a bunch of like pregnant Mexican women. Jake is single-handedly solving the immigration crisis.
Causing the immigration.
What did
Causing
I say?
the immigration
I don't know if we can say this on the video.
50% there.
Anyways,
50% there.
if you'd like to catch the segment that Nolan aforementioned on the Pepperbox exclusive after show, there'll be a link in the description below. You can start a 14-day free trial, and there's hundreds of exclusives. Fat Electrician's on there, Habitual Line Crosser, the Unsubscribed podcast,
My son,
Happy
Brandon
Army, my son Brandon Herrera. All the things are on there. So anyway, go on and check it out. It's a good time and it's a great community. And we'd just like to thank you for being here.
Wow. We're glad you came.
Okay.